Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'm Michelle. If you are new here, welcome. For today's video, I thought I would use some old favorites of mine and do just a really pretty glowy spring look. Spring is right around the corner. I cannot wait. I'm so done with this cold weather, so let's just jump right in. For my primer, I'm just going to use a Revlon Color Stay Prep and Protect. This has an SPF of 34. So I'll just go ahead and put this on. I do already have my skincare and my sunscreen on. All right, so I think I'm good with primer. I go right over my eyelids. And I will have all the products that I'm using linked down below for you. For foundation, I have not used this in a long time. This is one of my favorites. This is the MAC Studio Radiance. This is just a really sheer, lightweight foundation. It does have kind of a glowy radiance to it. So if you're not really liking a radiant foundation, you may not like this. It is super lightweight. It's instantly hydrating. It's made with 60% water. It's waterproof. It lasts all day and it doesn't cause acne, which was a big factor in me choosing this. It just comes in a little squeezy bottle. And I'll also have the colors that I'm using linked down below for you. As you can see, it's really runny. It's very, very sheer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use a beauty blender to apply this. So this is really, really sheer, pretty radiant, but I figured for springtime, this would be really nice to just have a glowy look. I thought it would be really fun to just go through some of my old favorites as my collection is growing. Some of my old favorites are getting pushed towards the back. Pretty much today's whole look is going to be more on the glowy side, which is what I wanted to do. I just wanted something light and pretty. Get out of these winter blues. We're almost done with winter. There you go. You can see that definitely has a radiance to it. And I just did a very sheer layer. I don't want to go in too heavy. It is buildable, but I don't think you're going to get a medium coverage out of this. I think it's still going to be on the sheer side. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going to use my MILANI bronzer. This one is not an old favorite. This one is new to me, but it's a lighter shade. So I figured winter going into spring, you don't want to look too sun-kissed. I did not go on vacation. This will give me just enough color. I'm going to go ahead and use this just to add a little depth in there. This bronzer is really, really pretty and so inexpensive. See, it's not too dark, just enough color. Next for concealer is the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Concealer. This definitely has a radiance, so I will be powdering my under eye. It has, you know, a little sponge tip, almost like the Age Rewind or even Charlotte Tilbury has this. You just kind of twist it and it comes up. Just to show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that it has a shimmer to it. So it definitely is radiant. I haven't used this in a while. I think it's a little dried out. We're gonna go for it right under the eye. This is really pretty. It's hydrating and definitely gives you a glow. I'm just gonna go in with my fingers. I like using them under my eye because the heat from your finger kind of just melts it right into the skin, but you can see how much that has brightened my eye area. This does such a good job of lightening the area. What a difference. I certainly won't need to use a highlighter. Next, we're gonna do eyes. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I've had this palette a long time and I absolutely love it. It still smells like peach. Colors are beautiful. All right, we're gonna do, let's see what we're gonna use. I'm gonna start with my BKA 501 and I'm gonna go in with White Peach, which is the lightest shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that all over my lid up to my brow bone. And like I said, I'm gonna try to do just a really quick, pretty look. Next, I am going to use the BK Angie Hot and Flashy 502 brush. I'm gonna go in with Puree, which is this color here. And I'm just gonna draw my line like I always always do and just kind of blend this out. I don't want to go too dark because I just want a soft, pretty look. I can blend out that corner and make that softer. Okay, I think that looks really good. Next, I'm going to go in with Georgia, which is this little bit of a lighter color. It's kind of like just a nude color. I'm just going to kind of put that on the whole lid, avoiding the outer corner where I have that little darker color there. Okay. Now I'm going to use my Angie BK Beauty 505 brush. I'm going to use, let's do a really pretty pink color. I don't wear pink very often, but for spring, Just Peachy, which is this color right here. We're going to try it, see what it looks like. I'm just going to pat that on my lid. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty pink. I hope you can see the pink. I hope it's showing up on camera. Candied Peach is right below it. It's a little bit darker, but I just want to see how that's gonna come across. Maybe that'll be a little bit brighter. Ooh, yes, it is brighter. Okay, we're gonna go over the other color with that, just to add a little more depth to it so that it will show up. I'm going to take my blending brush, which is the Angie Hot and Flashy 503, and I'm just going to very lightly blend that out. Then I'm going to go back with the 505. I'm going to use Luscious, which is this color right here. It's a shimmer. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my inner corner. Oh, how pretty. Definitely have a glow. A little bit up on my eyelid. I think that looks pretty. And then if you add a little bit more brightness, I'm going to use Nectar, which is this color here. Again, it's a shimmer. I'm going to go right in the center of my lid. See that? I think that looks really pretty. I'm going to leave it at that. And to line, I'm going to go ahead and use the eyeshadow. I'm going to use my Sigma Flat Definer E15. I think I'm going to use Delectable, which is a purple. This color right here. Let's see how this is going to go on. I'm just going to tap right at the lash line. Start on the outer corner and work my way in. Just tapping. Oh, that's pretty. Go ahead and do this eye, just tapping. I start at the outer corner, work my way in. Okay, I think that looks pretty. And all I did was use the eyeshadow, so I'm not straying from this palette. Now on my lower lash line, I'm going to use Summer Yum, which is this color right here. I'm just going to go right underneath. Again, I'm just going to tap right at the lash line. That looks pretty. And that's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. Keep it really simple and pretty. Now before I put my mascara on, I'm going to go in with the by Terry HYDRA powder. This is a hyaluronic acid powder. Occasionally, if I'm using a really radiant or kind of a dewy concealer, I like to put this under my eyes. And I also like to use my finger. I feel like I have much more control and I'm not just putting kind of a puff with a brush on there. I just like to push it right into my skin. I just like having more control over where I put the powder. I still have a really nice glow under there. I look super pale, so I'm gonna go ahead and use blush. This is the Tarte Party. I have this little mini, but I love this color. It is super pretty. Just a nice light pink. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. blush brush. What a difference blush makes. Put a little on my forehead and down my nose. So you can see this is a really pretty natural looking blush, one of my favorites. And now we're gonna do mascara. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This will definitely finish off the look. And as always, I made a mess up in here, but I'll just take that off with a spoolie. Not a big deal. If that ever happens to you and you get it either on your brow or underneath, just let it dry, and then you just take a spoolie and you just flick it away and you don't disturb your makeup. What a difference mascara makes. All right, my little spoolie. This should be dry by now. Flick that right off. All gone. And for my lips, I'm going to use the BUXOM Plumping Lip Gloss. This is in White Russian. So I'm just kind of keeping it light and neutral and just a pretty pink. Nothing bold, just light and pretty for spring. Very natural looking, a great everyday look. Last, I'm going to use my favorite setting spray, which is the GLAM Glow Setter. Love this setting spray. We'll just lock this in place. Look how pretty that looks. So for this look, it's just glowy and pretty. Nothing bold, just neutral, soft, pretty spring look, and super easy. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you would consider hitting the subscribe button before you go. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video.